Alright guys, I wanted to show off this disgusting deck that I made with the Silent. Like, oh my god, it's a pretty big deck. I did make it slightly too big. I started grabbing cards that I didn't need, but oh my god, is it absolutely disgusting. I have 3 Catalyst actually, the triple Catalyst Plus, the triple poison. But the whole concept behind this deck is to just gain massive amounts of block. Like, I only have 2 strikes in my deck, and I don't even use them. I also have a Bane in my deck. This Poison Stab, again, don't use. Like, all of these attacks, I don't bother using. Like, the whole point of this deck is to just filter through the entire deck using the backflips, getting the escape plans as well, free to flex. I have Tools of the Trade to try and get to my cards faster. I use the Noxious Fumes, of course, to just rack up the poison damage. I'll run through my relics in a second, but I do have one that gives me spikes damage, and then I also have Caltrops. I threw that in there because it was nice. After Image is also very nice, because every time I play a card I gain 1 block, and I'm filtering through a lot of my cards. And I have a lot of 0 cost cards, so that give me blocks, so it just adds on to the block that I'm getting. Neutralize, not that useful in this deck. It's not really been a game changer. It's just been there to be there. It's a nice 0 cost card that you start with, so. I have multiple blurs in this deck. The blurs are like one of the most important parts, because I'm filtering through like to a blur, and then filtering through another blur. So I'm like never losing armor. Okay, and then I want to go off to these artifacts. And another thing, if I am unable to get to a second blur, I got Calipers as my first relic. I took Niao's Limit, which is the one that it's the starting relic that for the first 3 enemies you fight, they have 1 health. And so what I did is I sniped out an elite pack as my 3rd pack. So I got a free relic, which was the Calipers. The Pantograph, not really necessary. It's just going to heal me as soon as I get to this last boss fight, which we're at. The Bronze Skills is, like I said, the Thorns damage, which I stack with Caltrop. So I do 6 Thorns damage anytime something hits me, along while stacking poison and getting massive amounts of armor. Oddly Smooth Stone, just 1 extra dexterity, so that helps with the shielding. Shuriken, completely useless in this deck, because I don't attack whatsoever. I went ahead and just used my Neutralize for the Bottle Flame. Again, not that helpful, but it's just nice to be there to reduce the starting damage if necessary, if I don't get a good hand. Vadra, not really useful at all. Again, don't really attack. The Centennial Puzzle is actually pretty useless. I have very, very rarely taken damage, and if I do, it's on one of the first turns, so it just helps me get to my combo quicker. Curse Key, get energy, so that's nice. 4 energy every single turn. Red Mask and Shiv, not too useful. I got the Red Mask after I made the Neutralize in 8, so yeah, that's nice. Again, these Shivs pretty useless, and then enemies who are weak deal 50% damage rather than 25%. That's actually really helpful. But yeah, like, most of these relics are completely garbage. Like, the only ones that are actually useful that like really help this deck out is the Oddly Smooth Stone, which lets me get my decks out faster, and the Calipers. Like, those 2 cards alone are like spot on perfect for this deck right here, and it's like one of the main reasons why it's so useful, because like I can stack up a good 40 plus armor per turn, and then I only lose 15 of it if I don't hit my if I'm not hitting my blurs. So this is the final boss, so we will see how well this deck does against the freaking Time Eater. I want to play these, but at the same time I don't, because I'm gonna have to. We'll go ahead and get rid of these. I do apologize for my mouse movements. I did break my hand, so I'm using my left hand to play this game, so it's really awkward actually. I'll go ahead and backflip first. And we didn't hit what we needed, so again, nothing that we needed. Okay. We'll go ahead and blur here. This is actually going to be pretty tough against this boss because he's going to gain strength and end my turn. I'm not going to play neutralize here because I'm only going to have 3 cards next turn. Okay, let's see. I'm going to backflip first to see what we get. And again, we didn't get what we needed. So I'll just Caltrops and probably just Tools of the Trade to see if I can get Noxious Fumes faster. We are going to be reset to 0 armor, but that's not a problem. Like, we'll definitely get that all back. Get rid of this strike, we don't need that. Go ahead and grab an After Image. Probably should have played Footwork first, but whatever. No, because I don't think After Image works with Dexterity. I think it's 1 regardless of what you do. Wow. You're just not getting what we need. I'm not gonna play that actually. That Bane. It's not useful, and it's just gonna put him towards his end turn faster. Okay. What do we want to get rid of? Probably this Poison Stab. Okay. We'll go ahead and blur here. And we got our Noxious Fumes. We got another blur. I just have to be careful against this boss because the more I play per turn, the more likely it is he's going to just ruin everything for us. Get rid of that neutralize. So we only play 2 cards next turn, which is a real bummer actually. Okay, let's see, what do we want? We'll go ahead and get rid of that. We'll play a backflip. And then we'll probably just play a Deadly Poison, because then that's going to end our turn. I would have loved to have done an escape plan and continued on, like filtering through the deck to get back to all the good stuff, but it's fine. And we don't need this strike. Strike is completely useless. Every time he hits us with one of those 3 attacks, it's great because he's taking 6 damage every single time. It's just like such a beautiful thing. Go an escape plan, and we have so many skills in our deck that escape plan usually always triggers the armor. Go ahead and block. I have 3 catalysts in my deck, so I'm going to go ahead and use 1. I really want to use this next one. Do I have another one? I want to double check before I say that. If I do have another one, I'll probably just use it actually. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use it. I just realized that, because I'm drawing the next one now. That'll put him at 101 poison, and then we can triple it again. And then he's pretty much dead. I didn't even get to show off like the armor part just because we stacked so much poison so fast. That's so disgusting, dude. Like, oh my god. Just end turn and he's dead. He only hit us once, which is very rare. I just had a horrible hand. That was amazing, guys. I love this deck. Like, the Silent is probably now my most favorite character after playing the Ironclad so much. Like, just this run alone was just so much fun. Like, the champ, I fought the champ, and he hit me once at the very end of the fight, and he died to poison right after. And it wasn't even like he hit me very hard. I had so much armor stacked up. I was getting a good 100+ armor in a lot of these fights. I didn't have any problem with any of the small trash, the repulsors, the exploders, and thorns guys. Zero problem whatsoever, because I never had to touch the thorns guys. They all just died to poison. And when the exploders went off, they were up to like 16 to 20 for their explosion damage. But because I had so much armor stacked up, that there was no point in even taking the damage. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I will see you guys later. Bye bye.